My WhatsApp notification buzzed me. It was 8 a.m. in the morning. I could see the WhatsApp notification popping on the screen. The message was from Toastmaster Sashi, asking me about my introduction and speech title. Speech title? Gosh, I gave my name for the speaker that week. Till Monday, I was quite excited for bringing my stupid stories into my speech. But I don't know where did my Tuesday and Wednesday went. And it was already Thursday morning that I received a message from Toastmaster Sasi. With a backlog of drafting a speech, I headed towards office. After reaching office, I opened my laptop and the first thing I try to do is work on my speech. Suddenly, a monster tomorrow hit my brain. It said me, "Oh, Chandni, why are you rushing and panicking when you got me? You're tomorrow monster. Now stop working and let's have fun." I didn't listen to him at all, but he knows the best way to distract me. The first thing he started with is reminding me with the latest update on Sushant Singh Rajput death case. And when that did not work, he took me to the vlog of Sisan Bania with Shrinkhala Khatiwada. I didn't listen to that as well. And when none of this worked, he blackmailed me with my weight and dragged me towards some classy Mexican healthy diet recipe video that whose ingredients I can't find in the Almighty Bad Badini as well. So I ended up doing almost everything that my monster suggested me. I was having a good time with my monster tomorrow. And when it was Friday evening that I received a message from Toastmaster Sasi, the second message, the monster disappeared suddenly, and my excitement and happiness and enjoyment turned into a panic. But I somehow managed to write a speech and deliver the speech on that day. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. This is how I meet my monster tomorrow every time I'm into something important. My tomorrow monster hates being organized and loves being a timeline destroyer. The 1 year thesis paper that I plan to do it in 3 months and eventually end up starting before 1 week is brought down to a 24 hours countdown by my tomorrow monster. My tomorrow monster had made me the world best procrastinator, and probably this is the only thing I'm best at. I procrastinate almost everything in my life that is supposed to be the most important task of my life, in exchange to some stupid Bollywood nepotism news or to some clueless staring at the wall. My procrastination also lead to lots of consequences. I remember me procrastinating. I remember me procrastinating for going to loo for many hours that I ended up suffering from the most shameful and painful disease known as piles. The most popular procrastination in my life is me planning to have a summer body since 2007. Basically, in my life, procrastination exists in two conditions. One is when I have a deadline, and the other is when I don't have a deadline. And this one is even more hopeless, just like Milamchi's water coming into Kathmandu. When I don't have a deadline, doesn't matter I how much I procrastinate, I ended up doing things. My monster will disappear at one point and I'll end up making things done. There might be a quotient inequality, but I'll survive out of it. But when I don't have a deadline, I procrastinate till the things get worse. Just like my summer body plan. I was 51 kg in 2007 when I planned to have this 36, 24, 36 body. And this plan is elongated for so long that now in 2020, I'm 74 kg and the procrastination is still continuing. The worst part of not having a deadline is that I became dishonest to myself. I lied to my inner soul, and neither I'm credible nor accountable to myself. This worried me a lot. So one day I stopped by and started thinking why I procrastinate so much. Does this monster always appear when I have to do something important? To my surprise, the answer that I received from my inner gods was no. I never procrastinate to cook or to eat. I never procrastinate to go to office. Especially after having a baby, I never procrastinate smallest thing like trimming a nail of my son or giving bath to him. I actually don't procrastinate as much as I think I do. And this motivated me a lot. I'm that one kind of person who love being praised for things that I've done. My family, friends, and my husband always appreciate me for doing things, for being able to doing things at last moment. And yes, and because of their appreciation, lately I realized that this was because I was procrastinating. This was the reason that I was procrastinating. I was so proud of doing things at last moment that I was the one who was welcoming and having spending time with this monster tomorrow. So that day I decided that, so rather than being proud of things that makes me a procrastinator, I would focus on things that I do on time. I'll emphasize on those work where I don't need to invite my monster tomorrow. I will live on today and never think of tomorrow because tomorrow is a monster. Over to you, Toastmaster Sanita.